Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Meg, and today I am showing you this makeover. It is a very long dresser, beautiful Drexel dresser, and dovetail joints. Now the top I thought was solid wood, but it's actually not. It is, as you can see right there at the back, it is MDF or sort of particle board, I guess, but the drawers are solid wood and the doors and those middle drawers. So a lot of it is solid wood, and I have some plans for those middle drawers. But the top, I'm gonna have to be really careful because I do want to sand it. So I've got to be careful that I don't go too far down on the top. First of all, I take off the hardware, which is what I do every single piece. Always take hardware off. I once had a customer that came to look at a piece and she asked me, did you take the hardware off to paint? And I'd never been asked that before. So I said, yes, of course, I take the hardware off. And she said, oh, good, because I hate it. I had one piece where I had to take the handles off and replace them. And I noticed they had painted over the handles and not underneath. So it was really difficult for her to match it up again. So I've always remembered that and took the hardware off. So as you can see here, I sanded the top to raw wood, covered up with green tape all around the runners, all around the drawers so that I didn't get paint on the dovetail joints, and then scuff sanded the entire piece with a sanding block, and I put 220 grit sanding paper around that sanding block so it's easier to use. I also covered up the hinges as well, and there's these tiny little holes that had where the plates were, so I filled those in with wood filler because I'm not going to be using those plates again. And then I did that with the other door as well. So lately with these type of pieces and those handles, they have a little handle on top of the plate, and I've been using just the handles, and I really like how it turns out. So you don't really need those plates. So I scuff sanded again, and I scuff sanded inside all the panels on the doors, making sure that all the trim was scuff sanded as well so that the primer and paint have a better surface to adhere to. As you can see here, I did cover up the top with plastic painter's tape, and then I used Cottage Paint's Furniture Prep and Clean, which is my go-to cleaner, and cleaned the entire piece, and then just sprayed a little bit of water just to take off any excess cleaner. I then took my vacuum. I love this vacuum. I think I mention it every single video. I absolutely love it. It is just so perfect for getting in the back of those drawers, which were actually pretty good and clean. Once all the prep was done, everything was ready, I then started to prime with Kiltz Restoration Primer and my sprayer. I did about 2 coats of primer on this piece, and just making sure that I'm priming in the trim there inside the doors and not getting it inside, underneath, if you know what I mean. In between every primer coat, I sand with the 220 grit sanding block. So this is the paint, and I was so excited to see this color on this dresser. It's such a beautiful green, and it's called Snapping Turtle, which was perfect. I love it. I did about 2 to 3 coats of this paint, and it's also an all-in-one paint, but I always top coat anyway for durability and just in case, because I am selling this piece. And I also do like the shine that it gives. Now, I had sprayed on the side panels of the dresser, and I had to re-sand them, as you can see here, because I had a couple of drips. I guess I sprayed too close. And so I just sanded again and then sprayed again. So these are the original handles, and so I'm keeping these. I actually like this style, and it also really matches the dresser look. So I cleaned them up, making sure all the dirt was off, and then I sprayed them. And I sprayed them with the champagne mist, which is one of my favorites. I use this one quite a lot. It just goes with everything. And it'll look perfect with the wood top and the green. Yes, I used a pizza box, as you can see here. So I had noticed when I took the green tape off, I guess some of the green tape had sort of touched the paint or the door and left a bit of primer. So I had to go over the hinges with the paint, just the top part, not the bottom part, because that was a really nice detailed hinge. So I touched up all of those hinges and areas and then just wiped off any excess that sort of didn't need to be on the hinge, making sure I had it all covered. For the top, what I do is I use a beige paint and I spray a lot of water and then I rub off the excess paint with a cloth. This way you don't see the orange tone that comes through the wood when you top coat. As you can see there, when I sprayed the water, you can see orange. I don't want it to look like that. That is the natural wood tone coming out. And usually when you top coat raw wood, it shows up orange. So I use a paint wash to mimic or match the wood tone and then top coat. So that's what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. I love those legs on this piece, and I love the door. And I had sanded the middle drawers, which look beautiful. They match the wood top. I think it turned out really, really well, and I just love this green. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video and want to see more furniture makeovers. And like and comment and let me know what you think. And I will see you next week. Thank you. Take care.